year ago, I think that, we really didn't have the confidence or the type of offense to try to get us back into ball games when we was
home. The Kansas City Chiefs go on to Houston to try to end the Oilers' 11-game winning streak. Let's see how the rest of the playoff pitch is shaping up. Here's the roundup. Well, the Packers were back in Detroit, where they lost the NFC Central title last week. And Mike Holmgren was hoping for a better performance this time from Brett Favre. Well, he got it. Favre to sharp in the second quarter made it 7-3 Packers. But the Lions were improved from last week too.
And it's Sanders looking for daylight. Sanders gets the corner. Barry Sanders explodes.
In his first game back from injury, Sanders exploded for 167 yards rushing. Brett Perryman added another 150 on 10 catches, the best of them just before half-time to give the Lions a 10-7 lead. Third quarter, Brett Favre tried to force a pass out of his end zone, only to see it come back in the hands of Melvin Jenkins. Then down 17-14, Green Bay's George Teague intercepted Eric Kramer, ran it back 101 yards. It was 21-17 Pack. Eric Lynch gave the Lions the lead back on this 5-yard run in the fourth quarter. With 55 seconds left, Favre sent up a final prayer.
Goes for the whole thing! Touchdown!
Wayne Fontes couldn't believe it, neither could the Packers, but they win. Go on to face the Cowboys, playing for the right to go to San Francisco and take on the 49ers next week with the Vikings and the Giants. The Giants at home at the Meadowlands. Dan Reeves hoping his team could rebound from their draining overtime loss to the Cowboys last week. But it was the Vikings who struck first. Jim McMahon rolling right in the second quarter, firing to Chris Carter, who made the catch over the injured Mark Collins. The Vikings led 10-3 at half-time. Then McMahon suffered the first of two vicious hits that would send him to the bench with concussion. And in the third quarter, the Giants' running game and Rodney Hampton finally came to life.
Off to the races. Hampton still on his feet. Rodney Hampton, touchdown Giants.
That was 10 apiece, and after a great defensive series held the Vikings, Hampton put the Giants ahead on a 2-yard run. Chris Carter has been a big play receiver for the Vikings this season. Here's the play that handed the game to the Giants. Carter fumbling on the run, straight into the arms of Greg Jackson. McMahon returned for Minnesota's last series, got one last hit for his bravery. The Vikings go out, and the Giants go on. Like the Lions-Packers game, the Broncos-Raiders was a rematch from last week, and it had all the big fight trimmings, including Fan Man, fresh from his appearance at the Bo Holyfield bout, and some serious sparring on the field. Standing 8 count for the field judge there. In between rounds, though, there was some great football. First quarter, Jeff Hostetler to Ethan Horton. The Raiders led 7-0, but the Broncos came straight back. John Elway hitting Shannon Sharp from 23 yards out. And Sharp hitting his most muscular post for the judges. Still first quarter, the Raiders retook the lead, with Hoss finding Tim Brown on a crossing pattern, and Brown taking it the rest of the 65 yards for the score. Denver's Charlie Waters thinking this is not a good day to be a secondary coach, but his opposite number was suffering just as badly at the hands of John Elway. This 16-yarder in the second quarter to a wide-open Reggie Johnson tied things back up at 14. Not for long, though. This plays for everyone who said Jeff Hostetler couldn't throw the long ball. 54 yards to the blazing quick James Jett, and the Raiders were back in the lead 21-14. But with 36 seconds left in the half, Elway took the Broncos back down the field and levelled the score again on this 6-yard pass to Derek Russell. As we went on air, they were still going at it. Check Fortel for the final score later tonight. So that wraps up the wildcard weekend. Next week, the big boys get involved. The 4 divisional champions with the best records, the Buffalo Bills, the Houston Oilers, the San Francisco 49ers, and the defending Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. We'll be at one of their games next week. We might even be in a dome if we're lucky. From Kansas City, though, and Arrowhead Stadium, good night.